Follow the money.
That's what I always say. You always follow the money.
Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Pauly Howard on VSiN.
Here we go. It is Follow the Money on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Mitch Moss along with Pauly Howard. We are live in downtown Vegas from the Circa Resort and Casino. 3-hour banger lined up today. Good guests on the program, including Evan Abrams, who has great numbers on NFL Wildcard Weekend. He's coming up in 30 minutes. Paul Stone on the program. A best bet or two in college football. Also, big night today in college basketball. He has a couple of bets in that sport. And Tony Rizzo, the Real T Rizzo, ESPN Cleveland, coming up back end of the program, Pauly. And I'm looking at the odds screen right now. We'll get into news, by the way, that happened today in the National Football League. The Kingsbury thing threw us for a little bit of a loop today. But here at Circa, Jacksonville down to a pick'em. Down to a pick'em. Money. They took money here on the Jags in this game. The total keeps climbing up to 52.5. Bears, Packers at a pick'em. A little bit of money on the Panthers. That game is down to 10. And the Steelers now are catching 3 at a bunch of spots. The 3.5 still available, but wiped out at a few sports books.
Pittsburgh would lose 7 straight in the playoffs if they lose Monday night. Only 3 teams have done that. Lions, Bengals, Chiefs with that long drought. So this is a fascinating game for Tomlin, which we talk, okay, well, you have a winning record, but that's great. And that's why he's so polarizing, especially in the Pittsburgh area. It'd be nice to win a playoff game, right? So it's big for him, and we know the Monday night numbers as well. Bears 2-12 last 14 against the Packers. Shouldn't have won the last game. There's also some anti-Green Bay stuff with how they're playing and back-to-back road games. Evan Abrams has good stuff on that. You're 34% when you have to go back-to-back on the road this late in the season. But there's some great numbers here, and as you've talked about for 2 weeks, Bills have lost 8 in a row on the road in the playoffs. 1993, the last road playoff win. So it's going to be a frustration level sky high for Bills fans if they lose this game. No Jackson, no Burrow, no Mahomes. And here you are as a 6th seed. Didn't see that coming.
Yep. I'm pretty excited for Monday night because I like that the old man is getting at least one last ride in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And there is this. Since 2003, Super Bowl winning quarterbacks are 64, 25, and 2 ATS. That is 72% as the dog in the playoffs. Those quarterbacks are 26 and 8 ATS as a dog before winning the ring, and 38, 17, and 2 ATS after, including 16 and 5 ATS since the 2018 playoffs. That one game this weekend would be Aaron Rodgers in Pittsburgh. Took a little bit of money, like I said, down to 3 at some spots. There's also this with Carolina, as they took some money from 10.5 down to 10. They are 8-0 against the spread after a loss this year. Straight up loss, covering the spread in the next game by 10.4 points per game. The most wins without a loss ATS for any team this season. Since 1990, no team has finished a regular season 8-0 ATS or better after a straight up loss.
Yep. Our double-digit dogs, though, 1-17 straight up since 2011. The 10.5 would be a record. Biggest road favorite in playoff history. See where that goes off at. And I was not aware of this. 10 times. 10 times they scored 17 points or fewer.
Yeah, that feels about right.
How bad this offense has been. So the horrible point differential, minus 69, a worse point differential than the Giants. And yet here they are with a home playoff game. But they're, trends can be your friend, and you can find pretty much a trend to back a lot of the stuff, what you're thinking. But that's nuts with the 8-0 ATS off a loss. But they figure to score more than 17 against this Rams defense that has us worried.
I would think so. But there's also this, too, that ties into it, right? So we have 3 games where you have a first-time playoff quarterback in action. Quarterbacks making their first playoff start against quarterbacks who have playoff experience are 20 and 39 ATS with 1 push, 20 and 40 straight up since 2002. When those less experienced quarterbacks play at home, which all 3 are this weekend, they're 12 and 21 straight up in ATS. You get Young against Stanford, you get Caleb Williams against Jordan Love, and you have Drake May Sunday night against Justin Herbert. Has not gone well in those spots. So, how surprised were you today by the news that Cliff Kingsbury was let go as the OC by the Wild? I got to tell you, I'm taken aback by that one.
I was shocked.
Did not see that one coming.
That's a bad job by Dan Quinn, I think, or ownership, whoever made the decision. Maybe he got his marching orders that he had to think he's the fall guy. You didn't have Daniels for much of the season. The defense was horrendous. late in the season, Quinn took over play calling duties. You couldn't stop anything. And they say Kingsbury's got to go.
He's the guy. He's the fall guy.
Oh, God.
Everybody, remember Chris Carter?
You just went to the NFC title game.
Right, a year ago, and the offense thrived with him.
Oh, I can't believe it.
So I'll give you a couple of tweets from people in the know, like around the situation. This is from Grant Paulson. He's been on this show many, many times, has covered teams in that area for a long time, 106.7 The Fan. He tweeted this out earlier. He's told that Dan Quinn and Cliff Kingsbury disagreed over several things. Run-pass balance being high on the list. It also seems like Dan Quinn has a different vision for what's best for the long-term development of Jaden Daniels. Cliff runs a very unique college-like system. Quinn may want a more traditional NFL look for Daniels moving forward. And then Jordan Schultz, NFL reporter, tweeted this out as well. His understanding is that key Commanders offensive players, including Jaden Daniels, are disappointed with the decision to let go of Cliff Kingsbury.
Yeah.
Daniels vouched for him to stay in his presser on Monday and was among, this is the wording he used, and was among those blindsided by the move. Offensive players in the team figured the only way Kingsbury would be gone is if he got a head coaching job.
Yes.
That's what I thought, too.
Yeah, he's in the mix. I would run that by my star quarterback, wouldn't you?
I would have as well.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like this is a huge, I think this might be the beginning of the end. Look, these coaches have short shelf lives in the NFL, and he was awesome last year, but it was the combination, right? It was Dan Quinn taking over as the head coach, Kingsbury as his OC, and how fortunate they got with Jaden Daniels and how he turned out to be as a rookie. Plus, they were like 80% plus on fourth downs last year.
Right, but that's the one thing that I remember. It was, okay, we're going for it. Cliff, you got the play ready to go? Yep, there he is. Looking right at his sheet, let's go. And they were unstoppable on fourth down.
I think this is a very regrettable move, and I wouldn't be surprised again, like I was getting to. Like, this could be the beginning of the end for Dan Quinn a couple years down the road, where it's like, I didn't realize how well we had it actually with that guy calling plays. But maybe they find the perfect replacement, and I would actually say this about other teams now that need a head coach, Paul. I'm not so sure I want him as my head guy. I want him as my OC.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
But I think that's pretty much it. There's also a mock draft that came out today on ESPN. You're going to get a lot of this over the next 3-4 months. This is from Jordan Reed, who's one of the guys they use a lot now, hot and heavy at ESPN. Mendoza, number 1 over to the Raiders. He's minus $5 today at DraftKings to go number 1 overall. He's got the Jets taking Dante Moore. He's plus 425 to go first overall.
I would think the Jets have to go quarterback. I don't know which guy, though, and that may be careful with the Mendoza stuff.
I know.
And who knows what the Raiders are going to do.
Yep. They have the Cardinals taking an offensive lineman from Miami. Arvell Reese going to the Titans, who I absolutely love. Edge player, Ohio State. The Giants taking Carnell Tate at wide receiver, number 5 overall.
No. Really?
That was my reaction. I don't like that.
You got Robinson and Neighbors, and I don't know about that.
Yeah, I would say this. If Reese happened to be there on the board at number 5, I think Reese is good enough to go number 1 overall.
All right. Can't wait to talk to Rizzo about what the Brownies are going to do. What the heck? You need a new coach, and are you going to go quarterback? Watson, Sanders, what are they going to do? Have you given any thought to totals?
Yeah.
All 6 games are outdoors. Since 2004, outdoor wildcard games are 68% to the under. When the total is 41 or higher, the under's 42 at 14.
And that's every game but one.
Yeah.
That's Texans Steelers Monday night. Yeah, my thought is I want to round robin all the unders.
And that's also going back for years. Mackin will have it later in the week. For whatever reason, in this round, the 3-6 game has been like 85% to the under.
Sure.
Something stupid.
Yeah. I would also like to figure out which teams to maybe play. You could do this if you want to get creative. You could do alt numbers, right? And do like a round robin with that and tie in like 3s and 4s with the parlay. Or you could go if you want to find some team totals and round robin those to the under.
I still think Saturday night could be very low scoring. I think the Monday night game, same thing, could be ugly.
Yeah.
And definitely the San Francisco game, where we're going to try to beat them on the ground, but getting Barkley so many carries, a lot of clock goes off, and we'll choose a lot of clock rather.
Maybe I'm wrong on this because you know what, you could probably convince me to say that Chargers Patriots will get plenty of points, but there's also a world that we live in where that game could be below like 37 combined, like maybe even lower than that. Where if the alt numbers are absolutely screaming. Like, if that game lands somewhere like 17-13, I think I mentioned this yesterday on the show as well. I don't know, crazy talk, like 13-9, whatever, I would not be surprised. I think that...
now, that'll pay well. Lowest scoring game, that in the mix, that'll pay well.
The total's 46.5. It is tied for the second highest total on the board this week. Well, also, so would the 49ers and the Eagles if you want to play alt numbers because the 49ers defense has been so bad.
Yeah, 5-1. Yeah, you can do better. Chargers, Patriots should be better than that.
Okay.
But that's, and the listeners and the viewers have been all over this as well. This is also anti-Chargers. Teams off a game in Denver, 1-7 ATS.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
You got that angle, too, even though they sad people.
Yeah, they did. What did you have on Purdy? Did you say bad as a dog?
0-4 ATS and straight up as a dog. Average margin 12 points per game.
Wow.
And this is good from Evan Abrams. 23-1 when he doesn't turn the ball over. 11-18 with at least one turnover. 2-8 with multiple turnovers.
Well, he's taking on one hell of a defense this weekend.
That's going to be big. Those are strong numbers there too. But I was shocked with those underdog stats.
Yeah, I am not surprised the Eagles are up to 4.5 in this game. I expect them to win.
Okay, I'm a little surprised considering how the offense has looked.
We will grade season-long props and go over some of the craziest bets of 2025 coming up next. Only 2 stat leaders cashed that closed below 10-1. Think about that. More of them were in the 20 to 30-1 range. Details coming up next.
So you're listening to this podcast because you want an edge. But what if I told you you're only halfway there? You've got the mindset. Now it's time to get the toolkit to match. Here's the thing. Pro bettors spend thousands on data and tools, but what they don't want you to know is you can get the same edge for a fraction of the cost with VSiN Pro. With VSiN Pro, you get access to expert picks, public betting data, prop projections, powerful tools, analytics, and more. Tap the link in the description and see why thousands of bettors are already using VSiN Pro to cash more bets.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Coming up in 15 minutes, Evan Abrams on the program. Great numbers. Action Network. In fact, I'm telling you right now, you're going to want to hang around for his what he uncorked here with the Pittsburgh Steelers in the playoff stretch that they're in right now. My mind was blown during the break. He will knock your socks off coming up at the time to run down all these numbers that he has on Pittsburgh.
Is it not only the drought, but getting blown out?
Yeah.
Okay. How bad it's been?
How bad it's been.
Interesting.
Specifically early in games.
Okay. Okay, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Your level of concern with the Thunder. How about that?
Give me another week to 10 days.
Historic. Hey, they're going to win 74 games, and they're going to win the West.
Well, maybe that was an overreaction too, I guess.
Well, I mean, they were blowing everybody out every game.
Yeah.
They had historic numbers, what they were doing. And the 23-1 start and average margin of victory and everything. And now they're laying 15.5 and lose by 20 plus.
Yeah. We have more on that coming up in about a half an hour. So that game was tied at the end of the first quarter last night. The Hornets went on to win every quarter, second, third, and fourth by at least 9 points to close out the game. They killed them. And I kept thinking, how about this? The Hornets led by 17 at halftime. The Thunder were minus 102 to win the game.
Oh, my God.
The Hornets were, I believe, 10-1 just to win the second half.
That's
Crushed
great.
them.
That's
Crushed
great.
them. Yeah.
It was like the playoff game against Memphis.
That's right.
We had a cabana. We're watching the games. Everyone's like, they're down 30. Well, they're still going to win the game. You sure? Yeah, okay, yeah. And they won the game. Game 3 in Memphis. Incredible.
Well, you have a bunch of numbers here on season-long stat leaders.
Our guy, Stafford, did it. Remember going back to July and August? Oh, the back. Is he going to be okay? I'm concerned about my Rams futures tickets.
I was.
Is he going to play week 1?
I am as of right now, actually. But
should be. Most passing yards, Stafford, 20-1. Most touchdowns, Stafford, 30-1. Most interceptions, Geno Smith, 20-1.
Man, and he got to 17, huh?
Yep, he did it.
I like betting that market.
He missed a couple games, too.
It's fun. I have never sniffed a winner in the most INT market. Tough to crack.
It is. I had Cam Ward.
I had Danny Dimes.
Okay. Most rushing yards, Cook, 80-1. Now
that's a doozy of a ticket right there.
Good for you if you have that. Tip jar's open, by the way. Share what you got. See what you got coming up.
Jimbo Cook led.
Yep.
And I remember that he was, catching Jonathan Taylor slowly but surely throughout the year. But there was never, going back, I think, a good month and a half or so, like he was already down to like plus 250 to have the most yards. Because Taylor was coming way back to the pack, and he kept putting up, monster numbers here. But still, 80-1 most rushing yards. By the way, file this away for next year when you think all the favorites are going to come in just because they say so on the odds board. You only have two. Mm-hmm. You're going to get into these. Mm-hmm. Out of all of these stat leader numbers, only 2 players cash below 10-1. That's it.
Yeah. Most rushing touchdowns, Taylor 15-1.
That he had to hang on for dear life to cash that ticket.
Henry had him. Most receiving yards, JSN 30-1. Should have had it. You know why? In the summer when you were on vacation, Charch was in studio. And I go, give me your best prop. He goes, the only prop I love is JSN over 950 yards receiving.
Good day for me to be missing.
And I loved it. It was a 5-minute explanation. And the guy leads the league at 30-1.
30-1.
Great case. Great job, Charch. Receptions, Puka, 15-1.
He will open at 5-1 next year for most catches.
Mm-hmm. I'm seeing Stafford 4-1 most passing yards, wild card weekend.
Oh, for the weekend.
You think of that? If you think Sunday night could be lower scoring, if you think Buffalo, if Lawrence doesn't go off, they're just, McVay loves to sling it. And what they did in the first game, they moved it with ease.
But will he dial it back because they have such an effective running game if they get out to a lead here and then rely on, Williams in the running attack?
There is a huge drop-off after Puka for receiving. Big drop-off. Touchdowns, Adams 8-1. The king of the 1-yard touchdown this year.
I know.
Most sacks, Garrett 6-1.
Yeah, and he'll open up probably plus 250 next year.
Most
in season, by the way, I took Trey McBride. I think it was 101 most touchdowns. Couldn't quite get there.
Yeah. Most points, Rams 14-1. Fewest points, Raiders 22-1.
God, you go back.
Damn, remember how they started? They go into New England and win, and Geno at 350 yards passing?
Fast forward to what happened on Sunday night. Another win, their third of the year, and then Pete Carroll's gone. So they won week 1, they beat the Titans, and they won week 18. Good stuff out of that team.
Yeah. Oh, man.
And what do you think about Mendoza minus $5 overall? I know we briefly mentioned that,
crazy.
But isn't that crazy talk?
Yeah.
It's absolutely wild.
Can't get there.
Okay.
No way, especially now. And as we know a buddy of ours is an agent, Steve Carrick. He always called it the underwear Olympics. Who knows what's going to happen at the combine and a pro day or whatever.
Well, David Purdom did a good job recapping a lot of the craziest bets of the entire year as well. Some of those that did not go so well. Somebody on the Raiders at DraftKings put a $25,000 bet on the Raiders at 100-1 to win the Super Bowl. Probably like to have that one back.
Yeah.
102 entries overall in Circus Survivor here, $1,000 a pop throughout the course of the entire year, failed to get in their pick. And that number will only go up next year, I'm guessing.
That's right.
January 9th of last year, a bettor with DraftKings placed a 50-cent 19-leg college basketball parlay.
I love these.
At, I don't even know what the odds are, plus 43 million. All 19 teams covered the spread. 17 of them were from small conferences, including Stetson, Jacksonville, and IU Indy. The 50-cent parlay paid $217,000. How would you like to have this one? What a sweat this eventually did not really turn into, but I guess it came down to the Big Ten title game, so I take that back. January 28th of last year, someone at DraftKings put a $1,000 bet on Mendoza to win the Heisman at 100-1.
Oh, come on.
I guess you probably had, now that I think back to the Big Ten title game, there was a stretch there where it looked like Pavia could win because the Buckeyes had a chance to win a very low-scoring game in which he didn't do much.
Oh, that is strong.
Uh-huh.
How about the guy, was it on Kalshi? Okay, Kalshi. Guy put $183,000 on Jake Paul to beat Joshua.
Yeah.
What?
Well, remember, you said that DK stood to lose $100 million on that fight?
Yeah.
So they must have been every single, but other books said not much action.
You knew you were dead after, yeah, right, but you knew you were dead after the first round.
Mm-hmm.
About what, yeah, that's just, I couldn't believe it.
I'll give you one going back to the summertime.
Okay.
June 5th, a bettor in Ohio placed $8 million at a book on the Thunder to beat the Pacers in the finals, minus 700. That came down to Halliburton blowing the Achilles in Game 7, a game in which OKC trailed yet again. But they came back and won for that better, and he cleared $1.42 million.
Spawn, 150-1, won the U.S. Open. Longest odds of any player since Mickelson, who won the PGA in 2021. He was 200, 300-1. Again, get rid of the preseason polls. A better in Arizona with BetMGM put 3 large bets on the winner of the college football playoff. $300,000 on Texas, $200,000 on Penn State, $115,000 on Clemson. All 3 missed the playoff.
Poor guy. That sucks. Poor guy, probably wrong use of words there.
A better with DraftKings picked the winner of all 15 MLB games on a Saturday on August 30th. A $5 15-leg parlay paid $125,000.
I remember that.
A better with FanDuel, I remember this. A better with FanDuel tailed Lee Corso's final picks on College game day and won $1,317 off a $10 6-leg parlay that wrapped up with Florida State over Bama straight up.
How about back on week 1? Bills coming back against the Ravens at BetMGM.
Yeah, right.
They claim that it resulted in the biggest win for any customer of the entire year. In their earnings call, DraftKings said that the Bills-Ravens produced the biggest loss ever for the sportsbook.
That's surprising.
Was it also in play?
In play big, right. And this just happened, too. There was a ruling. A bettor in Massachusetts with DraftKings placed 27 parlay bets centered on the number of hits Blue Jays outfielder Nathan Lukes would have in the ALCS against the Mariners. He risked $12,000 for a chance to win almost $1 million. DraftKings told the Massachusetts Gaming Commission that a technical error allowed the bettor to include Lukes 5+, 6+, 7+, and 8+ hits during the ALCS and parlays to escalate the odds. He had 9 hits in the ALCS.
They sided with the bettor, by the way.
Yeah. Gaming regulators in Massachusetts and New Jersey denied their request to void the wagers. DraftKings told Massachusetts Gaming it believed a relative of the bettor was among 6 customers in New Jersey who placed similar parlays, resulting in a $1.8 million win.
Yeah.
Just, you see the fluke on the, when you're doing stuff and fiddling with it, and bam, couple million.
Sure.
Unbelievable.
If the app is actually allowing you to parlay over hits on the same player.
Some trader made a mistake.
Yeah, like maybe somewhere the wiring was crossed and they didn't have it. I's weren't dotted, T's weren't crossed, and whoops, look at these bets that came in. Evan Abrams on the program coming up next, Action Network. Indiana grad, by the way, tremendous follower of numbers, and he will blow your mind with some of the stuff with the Pittsburgh Steelers and their current drought in the playoffs. Next.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
This is going to be a lot of fun. Great numbers to get into. Evan Abrams joins the program. He is media and research director over at Action Network. He is on the Progressive Guest Line. You can follow him on X at Evan H. Abrams. But I think most importantly for this week and maybe beyond this, he is a graduate of IU, Indiana. And he's going to go to the Peach Bowl in Atlanta this week, Friday night, to watch his Hoosiers take on Oregon in the Final Four with a chance to play for the national title in college football. As someone who went to the school, how do you even put this in perspective, what he has done in 2 years as a head coach?
So putting Cignetti aside from a second, I think it's probably just worth understanding what it was like to be at IU during these times. Like, we paid for basketball tickets and got football tickets for free. I mean, that was basically what was going on at that time. So you've heard all this stuff, right? Copper Bowl in 91 or 92, whatever it was, second losingest program ever. So I just think from Cignetti's point of view, I mean, the guy is an ultimate motivator. I remember at the end of the Big Ten championship game, his speech was, I have my ways to motivate these guys. And everyone sits there and goes, okay, like, I guess we got to wait and see. But at this point, being the only team to win, the only team to cover the first half with those bye week teams in 2 years, I mean, it's hard to say anything else. Now, my feeling is this, and many people might disagree, even if he loses this weekend, He's done the job.
Yes.
He did an incredible job. And you're favored going into this game against, one of the other great motivators in the sport, in Dan Lanning. I'm nervous as all hell, guys, but I can't wait.
I think what they said after the game is right. I mean, if they win this and complete the mission, it should be a movie and would make a hell of a movie. My favorite story is what Boy Scouts used to get in for free as long as they stayed till halftime, whatever it was. Mm-hmm. But it's just astonishing that they have the most losses ever, and he comes in and he goes back-to-back playoffs and now undefeated with a chance to finish it. And I just think it's one of the best coaching jobs you're ever going to see, and it's hard to top.
I mean, so last year and this year, I mean, they were 100-1. Maybe I saw some books at 200-1 entering this year. I mean, there's some precedents, right? You had TCU, Cincinnati, and Michigan get to the semifinal at 100-1 or higher. So that we've seen this on some level. Like last year would have been the most ridiculous thing possible. But I think with the experience of last year and losing to Notre Dame, I think it's intriguing. And Mendoza's been there, I can't, how do you even put words to this?
Okay, so I love what you're doing here. Again, you're going to go to the game on Friday night. And do you plan on having a ticket on the Ducks with the points?
Yeah, I mean, I've already done the 4.5. It's down to 3.5. Listen, I have to separate my handicapping, trying to win some bets, trying to make some money, trying to do my job, and my nervousness of what this whole event is going to be. I mean, media passes, like everyone I know going there, we're going to be all decked in red. I got the candy pants. I got the I just win Google Me sweatshirt. Like this is what you do. But at 4.5, we're talking about like an 11 or 12 point swing on the line. It seems a little aggressive to me. If Oregon gets any protection for Dante, I think things go a little bit differently. I just, there's lots of opportunities for Indiana to win this game. 4.5 felt like a little much.
Okay, very good. Now let's get to the NFL. And we were talking about some of your numbers in the first segment to begin the show today. You also sent out a tweet again at Evan Abrams about an hour ago. Can you fill us in on how bad it's been for the Steelers early on in these games during their long playoff drought?
Yeah, so the 6 straight losses straight up and against the spread, I mean, you kind of seen it everywhere. We're on the verge of some history in that front. But when I started digging into this, and I believe Warren Sharp and some other people have had some of these numbers in the past, but I didn't know that 73-0 in the first quarter, they've been outscored in the 6 playoff games.
Come on.
And then you talk about, it's insane. It's like, I think now to be fair, one of those games I think was a 28 spot by the Browns. So a little aggressive on one front, but nonetheless, 0 points to start these games. I mean, no wonder you're not coming back and winning. Now, there's 2 things here. You've got the experience of Rodgers. You've got DK back in the lineup. Like, there's some things working in Pittsburgh's favor to maybe throw up a field goal, maybe score a touchdown. But I put it in the tweet, 69 straight games where they've scored 7 or less. So you can't really look for too much on that front. And then, listen, we haven't even discussed the Texans defense. So you're not going up against, a ragtag Bills squad or something like that maybe you have an advantage. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the last few years and definitely this season. So good luck to you out there.
Well, you can do that Steeler parlay where they always seems they're down at the half and win the game, which usually pays well.
Sure.
How about I have the Monday night angle, though, as you've documented? The last time the Steelers lost a Monday night football home game.
Unreal. 23 straight in front of fans. We had that dumb 2020 game that was actually moved to a Monday at like 5 p.m., which they lost to the Commanders. But with Renegade, with the fans in that stadium, 23 straight is pretty crazy. Tomlin's been great. And Rodgers, people don't really mention this, but Rodgers himself, 12-2 on Monday Night Football. Guy also kind of likes the venue and the moment. So This one's all kind of pointing in that direction. If I had to make the bet right now, though, I'm a Houston guy. We put together for Super Bowl futures earlier on Action Network. I took the AFC South at 6-1. Give me either team. At the moment, I think they both get through this weekend. I like the Jags as going ahead a little bit. I like the Jags against Buffalo, but I've liked both those teams for some time.
That's not bad. Is that number still available right now?
Yeah, I see it across the market. 6-1 on the AFC South to win the title.
Okay.
Not bad. Good angle. According to your numbers, are the Rams the biggest road favorite in playoff history?
Yeah, kind of insanity at this point. So right now we are up to 10.5 in the market, and that would be the largest road favorite in a playoff game in history. Now, we saw the Bucks Commanders with Brady back in 2020 close at 10. Historically, we all remember that Saints Seahawks game in 2010 where they closed at 9.5, and then the Tebow game. Steelers minus 7.5 in the Broncos. So I guess there is some sort of precedence here, but we knew it with Carolina. Like if they were going to get into the field, Bryce Young making his first start. Carolina minus 69 point differential. Carolina also hasn't won as a favorite in 5 years. So, I mean, this is the team that is walking into the and also the funniest thing, just because this season is just parody on parody, they did beat the Rams. So they have precedence, and it took some fourth downs. There's a little bit of chaos there. But it's a win in their back pocket they could at least take into this matchup.
Yeah. How much stock do you put into that? I think that's kind of a big deal. Rookie, maybe not rookie quarterbacks, but first-year playoff quarterbacks taking on guys who have been there and done it before. We have 3 examples of that. And also, like your information on games being played outdoors, which we have all 6 this week, and how usually we get low-scoring games.
Yeah, I was looking up and down. I said to myself, wait a second, there's no domes. And I looked at one more time and I say, yeah, no domes in this one. So, we'll take one at a time here. So opening act, you talk about these quarterbacks, first career starts versus experience. Hasn't been great. 20 and 40 straight up since 2002 when they did division realignment. Basically 20 and 39 and 1 ATS. So yeah, not fantastic. Even the numbers when they're favorites, which you talk about Drake May being probably the only one that'll be a favorite with Caleb now moving to a dog. So interesting nonetheless. And then you talk about the outdoor games. This one, actually insane. I have to update this one year to year, but it seems to just inflated in many areas. So all 6 games wild card outdoors since 2004, outdoor wild card games 49-23 to the under, 68%. I dug a little bit more, and we always love our outliers here. When that number 41 or higher in those outdoor wild card games, a ridiculous 42 and 14, 75%. So that's what we're rolling to this weekend. I mean, I could see a 4-2 mark maybe in some of these wild card games. The one I look at right now, and I talked about this before we came on here, Buffalo and Jacksonville. Bet up from 51 now to 52.5. 52.5. Pretty crazy for that. I mean, understanding Jacksonville's defense as well. In our database, 52.5 or higher, 15-7 to the under in the playoffs. So I don't know what to do there, but I like Jacksonville, and I'd probably lean the under as well.
Yeah.
Great content. Love talking to you, man. Keep up the good work, and good luck to the Hoosiers.
Yeah. I appreciate it, guys. Oh, God. Can't wait. Cannot wait. Thanks a lot, guys. Enjoy the day.
Have a blast, man, when you go. There you go.
That's
Evan
awesome.
Abrams, on X at Evan H. Abrams Media and Research Director over at the Action Network.
Football meets flavor with VSiN and Omaha Steaks, official sponsor of tailgating. Right now, when you spend $129, you get 2 pounds of fully cooked chicken wings, 50% off site-wide, omahasteaks.com/VSiN. Spend $129. Do it now. Don't wait. 2 pounds of wings, 50% site-wide on steaks and more. omahasteaks.com/VSiN. Minimum purchase required. omahasteaks.com/VSiN.
Think about that for a second again. The Steelers have been outscored 73-0 in the first quarter during their 6-game playoff losing streak.
Tomlin's got them ready to go.
Yeah, right. And the 69 games that he was talking about, that's in a row now. 69 straight games where they have scored 7 points or less in the first quarter.
That's why he's so polarizing. Oh, great. We went 9-8. You know, what do I do with that?
No, I know. And they're picking like middle of the draft.
Yeah, it's like when Mickey Rourke was asked about what am I going to do if I win an Oscar? What am I going to do with it?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I can't marry it.
Great,
I
it's
can't.
on my mantle.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Up next, win some, lose some. We had the 4th largest point spread cover over the past 30 years in the NBA last night. We'll run down the staggering numbers next year on VSiN.
Win Some, Lose Some is sponsored by the Sharp Plays.
Were you a winner last night? Wow, winning. Or was it a rough one?
Well, they can't all be winners, can they?
Loser! You're a loser! Pauly Howard recaps the night in sports betting in Win Some, Lose Some.
We had Monday Night Football, FCS title game. Montana State, Illinois State, 10.5-point favorite. Overtime, 12-1. And the walk-off win, well, almost the extra point, but a great touchdown. And Stormy was right in the middle of it after the game-winning score. They were 20.5 in play at halftime. It was 21-7.
Right?
Yes,
yeah, wow.
Almost lost the game. Denver Nuggets plus 550. Whole team was out.
I did not recognize half the names on the roster playing last night.
They were 15-point dogs. I'm sure you could have done better than that. And they won. And the Hornets 8-1. Subscribe, be part of the team.
I'll expand on the Hornets coming up in a few minutes. Yep.
Subscribe, be part of the team. VSiN.com, our radio and podcast friends. You always want to see these tweets and videos at Pauly Does Vegas on Instagram. Send them in. We'll put you on. This is great. A compilation of how to give your dog medicine or pills. Because they're so smart and they know. And they reject. He's ready to spit it out, right? And they reject it. Chicken, pill. Chicken, pill. Right? One, throw in, and then can you put it in the middle? Because he knows. I can sense it, right? I can feel it. No, this one's good, right? Food, pill. Food, pill.
Let me tell you this, as someone who's had dogs pretty much my entire adult life.
It's incredible how they know.
It's unbelievable.
They'll eat the piece of meat, and then they'll spit out the pill.
Half the time, I'll look down at the floor, and somehow the pill's laying there. Like,
I know.
how did you know?
Right.
How did you know? There's no way.
I watched you eat it. What happened? How did you do that? Like a movie. That's awesome. Put that up later at Pauly Does Vegas on Instagram. Imagine if, there's another one. Put it. Imagine if you're taking your wedding pictures here and you got, I don't know, you got the poodle
Driving around a little Barbie truck, yeah.
Yes, the dog's got sunglasses on, wearing an outfit, and driving the toy car.
Oh, no, this is a remote control car. Okay.
Yeah.
I was confused for a second.
Yeah, right. Backing it up, sure. But the couple's trying to take pictures there in front of the water. All of a sudden, it's like, hey, guys, how you doing? Got that? Yeah, okay, I'm about my way. Here I go. You never know what you're going to see.
Oh, I know.
Like one time when I went to San Francisco, going down by Lombard Street in that area, just hanging out, and there's this guy rolls by in a Ferrari, and he's blasting, who you going to call? Ghostbusters.
In a Ferrari.
Yes.
Sure.
Right. It's like you never know what you're going to see sometimes and what people are up to. Lose some, the Sixers from 9 up to 15. Again, I didn't recognize them either. Denver won the game. Blazers Jazz under 246 down to 241.5. Wisconsin Green Bay, Milwaukee Wisconsin under 149.5 to 144.5, no good. And Montana State 8.5 up to 10.5. Before the line moves, sharp place is already there. January isn't about volume, it's about precision. The playoffs are when limits rise, mistakes shrink, and timing matters more than ever. You're not going to outsmart billion-dollar books or full-time sharps on your own. Advanced AI, great sources, locked in on the playoffs, free reports, real-time alerts, market-moving insights, straight to your inbox or X-feed. They've been at it since 2011 with Follow the Money since day one. They deserve a follow. They deserve your time. SharpPlays.com. Trusted by pros, monitored by the books.
Here you go with that Hornets game last night against the Thunder. Teams as a 15.5-point favorite or more. I'll flip it, actually. Dogs, right? Catching at least 15 points or bigger since 2006, 20 and 381 straight up. In the last 30 years, this is again from Evan Abrams, we've had more than 6,000 games with a double-digit spread. The Hornets covering their margin last night was plus 42.5, fourth highest mark in that time. Again, catching that many points, 15.5, and winning by 27. And took them apart after the first quarter.
I know.
And it kept getting...
It was after a Suns loss, too. Yeah.
It was getting progressively worse.
Wow. Sports, man. It's hard. No doubt about it. It is tough. FTM at vsin.com. Tip jar coming up. You can always email, tweet at us as well. I want your reaction to this coming up. I do find it interesting. A guy from Boston wants Mitch to elaborate on why he doesn't want the Patriots in the Super Bowl. And they had that guy, Brady. They were in the mix 20 years in a row. The AFC title game.
Maybe a long enough run. I don't know.
Okay. Do you have a computer mishap story? Or work, hitting reply all, something? Yesterday, I knocked over a can of Coke all over my laptop and probably destroyed it. It started flickering, and I'm sure it's out. I'll take it in tomorrow. I'm sure they can't resuscitate it. I'm sure it's dead.
Done. Got to start over?
Yeah, right. But reply all at work, another mishap. I'll give you another one. I was in high school. in that Jenna Jameson was big at the time, and I was on the computer, and I didn't close out what I was looking at, and all of a sudden I hear my mom, "Oh, Paul, gross."
This must have been a little bit post-high school. I'm trying to think of the timeline of when the internet was really prevalent.
Maybe, could have been early college then.
Okay.
2000s?
Regardless.
2000s, late 90s, whatever. Okay. Right. They have that too and we certainly know the reply all too, what could get you at work as well.
Yeah. You got to clear that cache. You got to
lock it out.
You got to have that
Close the
history.
window.
Get out of there.
Close the window. That's right.
I do have one. So I went to. You've been to Alaska? You have family in Alaska,
yes,
right?
Yeah.
Love Alaska.
I went. Didn't like it.
Oh, you didn't? God's country.
Bush company.
So went there twice. Have some of the most epic photos I've ever taken in my entire life. And we went halibut fishing. I caught like a 104-pounder. I still have that one. My buddy had a moose in his backyard when we first got there. Absolute behemoth. And the first year that I went up there, so I had this, my brand new, well, it wasn't new anymore, but my Mac, it kept, like, it was on the fritz, and it would keep shutting off all of a sudden. It was probably time to get a new computer. And when it did this to me, all of my, this is, I think, before the cloud, all of my photos from Alaska were on that computer. And that was like, I didn't really have them backed up. This is like 2009, whatever. And I hit the screen. Screen broke.
Oh.
I had to try to take it into a place that could recover like the hard drive, and I've never seen those photos ever again. I don't know what happened to them.
Oh,
Gone.
that's a good one.
Bye-bye.
You just snapped.
I'll never be able to get those moments back.
That's a good one.
Oh, I just snapped because it happened like, going on over and over and over again. I'm like, God, do I have to go get another laptop? And I did it again, and I'm just like, damn it, I went like this, and it just shattered the screen.
Good one. FTM@vsin.com or tweet at us. Laptop, computer mishap, something at work, similar to Mitch's story. Very good. We used to work with a guy. We both did. And as he likes to say, in high school, they called me Frosty. And it wasn't because I was a round fellow. But we're sitting there at Press Row one year covering the Mountain West basketball tournament. And I was, there's so many tournaments going on, championship week, whatever. And I said, go to the scoreboard. Let me see what's going on at the Pac-12 and other. And he goes up. If you guys want to zoom in. And because I'm sitting right next to him, and I'm looking at his computer, and he goes in, and he's going to put like Pac-12 basketball scores in the top and the bar, and then a bizarre website comes up, little risque right away, and he knows I see it, and he just looks over and goes, "Yeah, I'm a sick one." And then he just, like nothing happened.
Then he proceeds to the scoreboard and finds it for you?
Arizona's down 5 to answer your question.
Yeah. I didn't cover the first half there, Paul.
Yes, right. And I look, I go, what is this? He goes, yeah. He had to own it. It was good.
No shame, though.
No, I know.
Didn't try to hide it.
No, he's like Robert X. Absolutely.
Robert X.
No shame. What are all these videos? You go, what videos?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it is. But that's certainly, it never happened to me, but I know the reply all has got to be a big one.
Oh, I've done that on accident.
It's got several people, too.
Yeah. When I was probably not happy with somebody and how they, because the people that just keep doing the reply all.
I'm so sick of
and
this guy.
They keep elaborating.
I send it to everybody.
I actually told somebody off one time on the reply all. Because they kept doing it. I'm like, nobody wants to see this in the whole chat. Keep this between you and them. That's it. Knock it off.
Yeah. Good.
By the way, one other note in the association last night. How about the back-to-back by the Pistons? To go to Cleveland Sunday, get down big early, come back and win the game, and then last night they killed the Knicks in a back-to-back. I did not realize this. Aaron Renning told me about this. He's been fading the Knicks ever since the Cup. Did you know that they've lost? If you go on the opening number of the Spurs game, the Knicks have lost 11 straight ATS.
What?
And I confirmed it today. Spurs opened up 1 in that game.
They played that many games?
11, yes. And they have lost every game against the spread since the Cup. He said he doesn't remember going on a run like this against one team.
Yeah, he just blindly.
Yeah, that was his goal, was once they won.
I was going to say the Sixers have their number. Two blowouts. Wow.
I did not know it was that bad right now for the Knicks.
Thank you for sharing.
Current form.
Thank you for sharing.
But the Pistons destroyed them last night.
Uh-huh. Great performance. Cooper Flagg at it tonight.
Yeah.
10-1 overrun assists. 10-1 overrun assists and rebounds.
I think there's a good angle on that one.
He's only 10.5 tonight. Last week, they kept up 9.5. I couldn't believe it. He got it in the first half last time.
Up next, We're going to go over traits of past Super Bowl champions and tell you which teams match the set criteria from top to bottom this year. Coming up on Follow the Money, it's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.